Okay, guys, welcome to The House Always Wins. Today, we're going to talk about Draftkings and where it's in relation to its competition with FanDuel. The whole theme of this channel with The House Always Wins is getting on the side of the house. Why be a gambler when you can be an investor? In full disclosure, love Draftkings. I use the product. I'm really entertained by sports betting and everything, but I realize that it's like a small, I put $20 in a game, maybe try and win $1 million. Had a few wins and losses, but, very small kind of play money versus I have a huge part of my stock portfolio in Draftkings. Here we are today. It's up another percent. First things we're always going to be looking at are these put to call ratios. The 30-day is at 0.2, which is very bullish. Gone down a tad, but at 0.4, there are way more people putting options in for calls for this to go up than puts to go down, so the trend is still bullish. And first things we're going to kind of talk about are, we're going to get over here to the first analyst we're going to talk about is Morgan Stanley's, his name is Alan. He's talking about some stuff here with the off-season, with DraftKings and everything going on right now with the virus. But here's the first highlight is, like other analysts covering DraftKings, Allen has struggles with its high valuation, but he has an overweight price rating with a target of 25, which is below the current price. Today it's at 30, but he has a bull case that supports a $75 price. So if these stocks are at 30 and get up to 75, it could be huge. And here's an important thing about some of his competitors is that Thomas Allen doesn't see profitability until 2023, which he projects $1.4 billion in sales. But at the stock market, everyone knows it's about the future right now. So companies go up a lot without ever having earnings to the point. Because typical case right now is with Tesla, right? Like they're just now starting to put in earnings, but they've been open since like 2003, and Tesla's going to take over the world in their own right. But Las Vegas Sands, valued at $34 billion, Wynn Resorts, MGM, because of their debt, Wynn and MGM have been large enterprise values. DraftKings has about $450 million in cash and only burning $15 million to $20 million a month. Where like you look at these casino resorts like Wynn, MGM, Las Vegas Sands, they're just getting flattened by this virus. But the important thing we're going to talk about today is we're going to compare it to over here to FanDuel. And important notices here is FanDuel does not do MMA, which DraftKings just capitalized on a couple fights right now. The huge one is esports. Even if FanDuel comes on with esports, they're just already behind. Canadian football, Euro. We're kind of looking at some of the differences between FanDuel here, and FanDuel is now listed on NASDAQ, $6 billion market cap since the initial offering. But here's the big key partnership, and let's just talk about the future and why DraftKings is going to dominate FanDuel. Is that they already have 60% of this fantasy sports market, but their league partnership is the NFL. And let's just be real here. The NFL is everything, right? When it comes to these bettings and everything else. FanDuel is owned by Flutter Entertainment, which is, European style. It's just, in the United States, DraftKings already has 60% of the market. And it's just only going to keep growing and spreading. And looking at the differences between the two is we're going to go in the future of a lot of videos of how the market gap is going to continue to widen in DraftKings' favor. But for right now, it's all going towards DraftKings. Flutter Entertainment, the estimated pro team sponsorships here is 33 versus 63. And the huge gap in esports is that DraftKings has already been doing all these contests, has the relationship with the fan base and everything else, is doing these EA live streams with NFL Madden where people are betting. I just bet on an esports stream this morning. It was Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can, watch the games in the off season, bet on them, engage customers. But this was today's quick video on where DraftKings is poised right now. It's still going up at $30, a bull case for $75, which I could see, if DraftKings takes over, gets 100% of this market share as more and more new people come on and play sports bets with DraftKings. And eventually some of the people who are with Flutter and FanDuel eventually convert over to DraftKings. And then also just growing the market share with the esports gamers and the sports bettors is the more money they have on advertising to spend on Google, get to the top of like sports bet searches. They don't have the overhead costs of all these casinos. It's just going to be huge, and that's what you're betting with this company. If you believe with me that online and mobile, people are going to be completely comfortable just betting on their phones versus needing to go to casinos, which is great too. But I really think the future is mobile and not having these huge overhead costs and rent and all this stuff. And I think DraftKings has the big backings of people like Soros and ESPN and everybody else that's involved with it. So I think it's still got a bull case to go a lot more. That's why people are putting call options on the stock, trying to get in at strike prices now as the stock goes up even more so they can buy it for a low price. That's today's topic with The House Always Wins, where the goal is to get you guys investing, and myself, this is just my opinions with DraftKings, but the whole goal is for you guys to get invested and look for opportunities and stocks and companies I focus on some of these sports bettings ones as areas of stocks and investments that I know. I don't know anything about the healthcare sector, so I don't really invest in anything like that. So what I do know is things about DraftKings and some other tech companies that I like looking at and getting into the weeds of everything. So invest in what you know. If you don't know a lot else, just get invested in an index of other things. But let's try and get you guys on the side of the house where your money will grow. Save your money, invest your money, and grow a good net worth, and invest in companies you believe in, and live the life you want to live. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Bye.